It says you're live out there. This is new to me. I just sang Beth. I'm going to sing Sound of Silence. Hopefully, I don't wake up the cats. Uh, we have a few of them. And anyway, this is my favorite song. I haven't sing it live yet, not on the computer like this, but I used to sing it when I was a singer back over there in England and back over there in San Diego back in the day. But anyway, here it is. Sound of Silence. The darkness is my old friend. Come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seat while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. For it seems I walk alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, beneath the halo of a street lamp. I turn my collar to the cold within. Yes, the step of the flash of a neon light. Touch the sound of silence. Take a night I saw 1,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs. Our voices never shared. So no one dared stir the sound of silence. So I do not know. Silence like the cancer grows. My words that I might teach you. Take my arm, I greet you. My words like silent raindrops fell. He echoed in the well of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they did. The cipher shouted its warning in the words that it was for me. Signs as the words of the prophets have been written on the subway wall, the tenement hall, in the sound of silence. We have nice guests. We got Blackie, Super, um, ZX. I call it ZX. I call the other one Z up in the corner. ZX is the one that It's kind of loud. I wonder if I'm in trouble. Came off the bed, jumped down, ran down, went down over there, started drinking water out of the container. Came back up, went there, jumped up on top. The neighbor cat hangs around us. I can't see animals going hungry, so I feed them. I have a little extra money to feed the cats and stuff like that with. And little extra money I just give away sometimes, but I don't know. That song brings back a lot of memories. My mom was kind of mean to me. Um, I had a lot of opportunities to go in concert with a bunch of people. And then finally later on I did, but that's another story. Uh, I guess I'll start singing some more songs. I'm not used to this live thing though. I do a lot of videos and everything else. I've been playing in that side hustle that people get into and start doing stuff. Some of it works, sometimes it doesn't. You have to put the effort into it, and you have to figure it out. And that's what they help you. Sometimes they don't. Um, I found a couple of them that I really like. I'll talk about that some other time. Real rough 10 years. Lost my parents. Lost my sister. She hasn't called me in years. They say she's still alive, but I don't think she is. She would have called me. I don't know. It is what it is. This is ah, missed it. Well, I'm pregnant, so it's kind of hard for me to get around. I would have picked up the cat and showed you the kitty. He's getting pretty. But anyway, all right. Well, I guess that's enough for the introduction. But I love singing. Singing's a hobby of mine. I wrote songs. I wrote a few books. I got them down there in a folder down there to start producing it. Um, I've got. I'm working on a real estate course. It's seven. I'm down to the last three. One of them they said I didn't pass, but I did. They wanted me to narrate a bunch of stuff, so I told them I wasn't going to do it. So it doesn't show level two, but it shows all the rest of them. And I'm about ready to pass it. I have another one that I was going to do some. They call that tax lien stuff and everything else, and it gives you a little money here and there. But it also helps the people sometimes because I mean, you know how our government is. Can't believe what's going on nowadays. Kind of makes me really sad. I had the privilege of being brought up in England. Also, I was Elizabeth's favorite, so she said, amongst the cousins. Yeah, royal brat, born in America. And what a pain in the butt that was. Well, anyway, you can get the rest of that story on my YouTube and stuff because I've been, squawking about her. I love to talk. I don't have a whole lot of friends anymore. I married my husband. Um, Ended up pregnant, which isn't a surprise. It's not my first kid. But anyway, well, hope you enjoy the music. I'll be singing a lot of Zeppelin and stuff, and a lot of the rock and roll, some of the country, some of the religious stuff. Whatever I feel like singing, I'll sing. And Christmas, I always sing, "Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining." I always sing that song. Halloween, I used to sing Wizard of Oz, and I forgot that one about that kid that kind of demented, lost her boyfriend. So she put a spell on him and kept him a prisoner. I used to sing that one. My friend Rick Hoot is a singer. We go back a long way. We don't talk much anymore, but he's a trip. I don't know. It is what it is. I live in Craig, Colorado. I live in a trailer. Uh, oh boy. One more little tidbit of information. I was Princess Diana's bodyguard. That was here's Kitty. Here's Kitty. Here's Kitty over here saying hi. See my baby? This is the I call this one Z. He's he, uh, a hook on the side. I think it was out. There you go. Ow, 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 ow. He's actually that way. The camera showed it that way because it's how the cameras are. All right, we're gonna go to bed. And I'll tell you some about Diana and everything else. Man, that was kind of rough to get over. I don't think I should do this live stream. Like I said, you could get on my Shirley Pruett YouTube, my first Shirley Facebook. I had 9.6 billion views there on Facebook about um, 20 years ago, back when things were going on and stuff like that. And Diane and I were hanging out together, and everything from rock concerts to gatherings and stuff. We had a lot of fun. But yeah, sometimes it got kind of scary. So I told Charles I couldn't protect her anymore, and he fired me. That was pretty funny. Dad put me on the deep space program. Put me on the Aurora. You guys could look all that information up. It's kind of fun, kind of interesting. But it is what it is. Well, guess I'll let you guys go. It's 3 o'clock in the morning out here. Okay, I think Kitty wants out. You want out? Or you want to go to bed? Sometimes they sleep up there. Sometimes they sleep down there. There's all kinds of little spots here for them to sleep. They sleep in the bed sometimes with us. He probably wants out. It says it's 62, but it's not 62. It's like about 20. See what it is over here. Stupid thing. My computer is kind of old. It's a couple years old already. And it's hard to work with sometimes. Why can't I get the weather? Again. Hello, Clark, my old friend. To talk to you again. As the vision softly creeping, see while I was. This is the sound of silence. The streets I walk alone. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold air. With my eyes were stabbed by the fires of life. Lifted up, touched the sand of silence. I saw 1,000 people, maybe more. People talking without People hearing without writing songs that voices never share. So no one dare surface silence. Why I do not know. Silence like the cancer grows. The words that I take are that I will. Like silence from found and pray. That's probably the most chill cat I've ever seen. The rest of them will push away pretty hard sometimes. I got scratches, but they heal after pretty quick. Alright. Well, I kind of blew the song. First one was from J.D. Riley, the second one was from their version of Sound of Silence. That's why I sang the two different songs. Oh, well. Ow, 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 ow. He was kicking my butt. Can't wait till this kid's born. Oh, boy. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about. I mean, get in my YouTube, my Facebook, some of my posts and stuff and everything. I don't know. It is what it is. All right. Well, years ago, when I first moved in here, we had. So I married my husband. I used to work for NASA. I did a lot for the Galaxy. I'm a galactic federal marshal, of all things. And I was, I was going to say, I'm kind of tired. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. It is what it is. But anyway, oh yeah, I used to work for NASA. And I called him up because I got my accounts got hacked. I got into a Amazon service thing over there, and the guy hacked me. And I'm not gonna mention names or anything, but I called a diplomat of China and I told him what happened to the guy. So they went over and talked to him and everything, and I didn't get any of my money back. That cost me about $800,000. I've got a TD dollars that they're not. I don't know why? Um, I thought it was closed. They kept on using it, so I had a penny stock that I bought for $5, $10. It had what was one was 16,000 on a what do you call that when you're doing the minus one and you're trying to get it to drop to a certain amount, you get paid. It was one of those. I forget what it was. It's been a while since I've been in the stock. And then I hit Walmart for 16,000, and I hit the other one for 640,000. Hit Walmart for another 45,000. So all that's in there. I have an attorney I'm going to fight it to. So me and Diana have a trust. And I have a trust. So this is something I was going to talk about that I forgot about. Give me a little bit more time over here. But anyway, where did the screen go? There it is. Anyway, I started playing the lotto when I was a kid. Now, I had some friends of mine that were not so nice. I had some other friends of mine that were very nice. So I was caught in between Um, I grew up in the Russian fallout shelter, and in England, and in San Diego. So Bruce Lee was my martial arts instructor, and I was Princess Diana's bodyguard. This is a really funny story. I'm going to tell it anyway. I might not be able to get it live anymore after telling it, but it's kind of funny. She had joy, and she looked at me and she goes, "It's your turn." I was born with a few extra body parts, so she said, "Your turn." I was like, "Shut up, Diana." And she had Sarah, and she goes, "You're next." I'm like, "Shut up, Diana." Now my friends when I was a kid would all call me princess, 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 princess all the time. I'm not a princess. I'm not a princess. I'm not a princess. 41 years later, I realized I was a princess. So, like I said, Charles fires me, and Dad puts me on the deep space program. I was raised a total religious kid, and you know, yeah, that's fine and all, but you're allowed to be able to make your own choices. I mean, I don't like what they're doing with the kids nowadays. What's doing? Donald wanted me for his vice president to go do that. That my husband said that if you do that, I'm going to divorce you. I said, okay, well, I didn't do that. England wants me back. Uh, I'm really good at solving problems, and I do it kindly. I mean, I told William if I was to come back and run the country, which could happen, I told him first thing I do is I give everybody a third of the kickbacks from what we took from them. And people don't fight when they're happy; they fight when they're not happy, and that's what's going on. Nobody wants to do the right thing. I mean, we were over in Brazil. I was going to talk about the lotto win. We were over there in Brazil, and we helped them get out of a jam. They sent Valeria over. Valeria stayed for almost a year. That's uh, that's Z's favorite place over there by the over there. You check. Um, she stayed for about a year. My mom didn't want me to go to Brazil. That buried her. So Carlos Santana is my cousin. Now this is funny. Diane and I separated. When I was a kid, I was down in Portocitas when I met Carlos. Carlos was teaching me how to play the guitar. We still talk, but we hadn't talked in years. I asked Carlos, I said, if I was single, would you marry me? And he said, yeah. I said, Carlos, you realize I'm your cousin, right? And he looked at him. He, he tells me, he goes, you should talk. I said, well, neither one of us knew. I finally got a hold of Diana. I thought she had died. And one of the princesses was the lady that did the uh, school for school sign up for the high school reunion and stuff. I didn't go, and she told me Diana was still alive. So I got a hold of her. I started talking to her. And I told her, I said, I would have never married you if I would have known you were my cousin. She said, me neither. Neither one of us knew. I mean, that is so funny. So, um, anyway, Diana, Mike Willerby is a singer songwriter. I'm a singer songwriter comedian. So I have plenty of money. I mean, I don't need money, but anyway, and I'll tell you how much I paid taxes last year. Last year I paid $400 trillion in taxes. This year I paid 23 trillion out of my Pruett family trust. I mean, you know, I have all that money in the trust and everything, and I can't even get a dime to go ahead and buy a candy bar for that stupid thing. They send me checks, and I already my parents' house over there in Grand Junction. It's I'm going to sell it for about 850,000. I put a quit deed out it over there at MoFat. It didn't show up. I had a guy named Dale from Claims Department call me. Now he only gave me the 510, and he didn't give me the other three numbers, and then he gave me the last numbers. And I'm like, well, how am I going to get a hold of this guy? Well, so I finally found his phone number. I put it on my other phone. I have two phones. And, well, 30 minutes already, 26. And anyway, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. I don't know if it's about the house. I don't know if it's about other income. I had $2.2 million I was going to pull out of my account. And I decided not to do it because I did not want to know what was going to happen. First of all, what good is money at the end of the day anyway? If you don't spend it all, it's worthless until you spend it. Most important thing out of life is loving somebody. There was a time after Diana and I was miserable. I wasn't happy. I found that Diana always telling me, "Why are you so grumpy? Why are you such a grumpy kitty?" And I called her up one day. Diana's another one of my cousins. So I have two cousins named Diana, two cousins named Michael, and two cousins named Tony. And there's one more in there. I forget who they are. Anyway, I'm tired. So I forget when I get going on these rants and everything else. Let's go back to the lotto one. This is funny. So I buy these lotto tickets. Started off with 5. I had a paper route, so I had an income. And I was talking to my dad, and my friends were telling me that, you can win a lot of money off the lotto if you know how to play it. And they set it up a different way to where if you knew how to play it, you could win. So I was telling my dad that, and I started buying lotto tickets. I started making more money. I was doing some other stuff. I forgot what I was doing with dad that was paying me for. I'm making a couple hundred a week with him. I was still in school and, still a kid, but yeah, he kept most of my money anyway. He just gave it to me when I wanted it. And I bought lotto tickets. Then one day I bought 57 lotto tickets. I hit it for $92 million. Um, that with, I was the boy in the plastic bubble. I was the kid in the race car game on the computer that wore tennis shoes. That was me. And a few other movies that I forgot about. How do you forget about your movies? Now, I was in the San Diego military base down there. Jim McMahon was there. He married my grandma. He pulled me into the ring. He said, "Hey, come on, you look like a nice and smart kid." So he pulls me in. He says, "What are you, by the way?" Anyway, he got mad at me. So he threw me out. I came back in. He said, "Oh, you want some more?" I said, "No, it's not going to be me that's going down this time. It's going to be you." So I gave him a full spin kick over top of his head and just missed him by his chest. Pulled it off, dropped down, came around, popped him in the stomach pretty good, flipped him, dropped the knee in his chest, put my hand on his heart with 5 stars, and bam, stopped. Right? What it was, we got to stop this. Somebody's going to get hurt. I said, "Jim, it's not going to be me." So he helps me out of the ring and everything, and I help him out of the ring. And he comes over for breakfast. Then he comes up a couple years later, trailer the size of the street. He looks at me and goes, "That's my trailer out there." I said, "Yeah." "Well, you telling me all this?" And he told me, he said that I fight pretty good. Like I should be the boxer. He wanted to take me in the ring with him. And I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." And anyway, we got to be pretty good friends. After the Diana years, I was pretty miserable for a long time. I mean, she was the love of my life, and I was never a man, but I was still, you know, interested. We had kids, and I started drinking a lot. And went over to Jim's house, and got drunk, and I laying on the floor where grandma was living, throwing up all over the place. He sent me back to California, got me a plane ticket. Never said a word what happened. And when I was in California, when I was a kid, I went up there to go see my cousins. One of my cousins is still alive. His name is Russell Pruett. Grandma passed away a while back. I'm sad because I lost my family. My dad's gone. My mom's gone. My mom was abused in the nursing home. They pulled her veins out and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's really sad. Come on, Z. Come on. That's why I let him out. They come in. He's a good kid. I mean, there's a bunch of neighbor cats that, anything I'm hungry out there, I'll feed cat food. Randy buys it sometimes. Sometimes I buy it. But my mom, I went down to the hospital and I saw her and I took pictures and I posted the pictures. And I went down to an attorney and showed him what happened. And we got a lawsuit. It was $10 million. I saw 1,800 of it. I don't know what's going on. I got a call from the guy. I don't know what it's going to be though. I don't really care. I don't need any more money. I don't want any more money. What I want is friends and happiness. I'm happy 90% of the time now. I mean, marrying Randy was probably one of the best things I did. Well, we're not married, but we're living together. I got mad at him. He, he called me his wife, and I told him, I said, we're not married. We're just dating. We're not married. he, uh, he gets all mad. We were we were up in the mountains one night. Another Randy story. Now I'll go back to finish what I was talking about, and then now that you guys know what I was trying to get out, it is a funny story. It's I don't know. It kind of sucks being wrong. It really does. That whole thing with Diana was kind of a mess. Um, I was going to go back to England. I was going to take off a week and go. When I get enough money, I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to go down to the other bank over there in Grand Junction and get my trust all straightened out. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm not even going to tell Randy I did it when I do it. I tell him that I'm working on it, but that's been for a couple of years. I had 3 attorneys, and they all hacked into it. And I decided to be an attorney, and I came down. I missed it all by about 5 points. Now I'm working on real estate because I want to sell my parents' house. That's what started this conversation. And I'm almost done with that. I'm going to go back and finish my attorney degree. I'm using Corsica, so it should be pretty good. I also have they call themselves awesomely in real estate. Because the guy that works with him was into real estate for like all his life, and the other guy was from 2 different companies that got together and started calling themselves awesomely. They were pretty good. I just haven't, completed anything yet. I got a bunch of that stuff scattered around. I've been working with Bill McIntosh, and I've got some programs with him that are about ready to work. And I kind of put them off to the side and throw them in the cupboard. I got my book that I'm working on. I wrote a story, and I got Chat GB to help me with it. And I said, "Are you a good cat mom?" And I started talking to the computer about it. And after about an hour and a half, I actually sang to it. He goes, "You have a great voice." I actually wrote it some of my dreams that I've had happen. Yeah, I never heard anybody dream in the future that far before. Well, yeah, never mind. I was going to tell you about the doctor in China, everything that he said, but yeah, no, not right now. Maybe later. Anyway, make a long story short, it's the reason why I started this. I wanted to sing some songs. I wanted to get an album together. And I wanted to go ahead and produce it. And the live thing, I didn't know how it was going to go. I mean, this picture kind of sucks because I'm loading a trailer. We're going to buy a house here in a little while, so probably in a couple of days I should get something. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll probably buy a car. I'll go down to see my friends in California. I'm going to take 4 or 5 days off. Oh, I was going to tell you about Randy one day. This is really funny. We were up in the hills. I was pregnant, so I was kind of moody. I was really moody, and well, we don't fight, but we argue bigger every once in a while, you know. And we were on this road, and he got lost. He goes, "I lost my service. He didn't have any maps of the area, so he has maps for all the areas now and everything. We've been just about everywhere. He likes to travel. He likes to drive, and I like to hike and other stuff and everything. And I like to fish, but I haven't been fishing since I've been here. A couple of times, maybe got a fishing license. Sure, I haven't used it. And we were up on the road. And I got mad at him. I told him off. I started looking at him. I'm going to walk home. I went that way. About a mile and a half, I came back. Started to get dark. I was getting cold. Figured, yeah, this isn't going to do me any good out here. Pregnant, upset, didn't want to talk to Randy, didn't want to be around him. Everything else got stuck. A long drive home. So I come back in and he looks at me and he goes, I knew he was crying because he had tears in his eyes. And he goes, I know this road goes through. I said, well, then let's just go. So we get on this road and we get up this place. We get to this gate. And I go to the guy and I go, hey, can we go through this gate? He goes, yeah, just close the gate behind you. We run into these cabins that we've been looking for. One was um, Holiday Inn, Super 8, and Motel 6. And I take pictures of this stuff and everything. I mean, I'm into this ground over there. This is good YouTube stuff. I was supposed to monetize at 3 million, but it didn't do it. It only says on there that I have 900 and I've got over 3 million. I've got about 230 watch hours, and I started with about 342, and it stayed there forever until I started doing the cat videos. I was the one that started the cat videos, and now everybody's doing it. And I was over there, and one of my favorite stories is when I get mad at Randy. Randy, my butt hurts. He'd say something stupid. Randy, my butt hurts. And one day I told him, like, what else did I say that was kind of funny about that? But anyway, I quit sitting up to him. And then I was watching this. I made this video. I dumped all my videos on there because I ran out of time, but I did not know how to use the phone properly. And we were up in the mountains, and I got this tree, and I opened the door like this. I dropped all the other videos for this view over here. It was cold outside, and you can see this big, beautiful tree and all the colors and everything else. And I go, Randy, my water broke. Oh my god, that did not go over well. So I started off. I sang Beth over there, and I posted on YouTube, and This guy named Chris Rock. A lot of you know who he is. Chris goes, "Hey, you want to come out and do a sing along with me?" Sing along. Chris Rock? Who the hell's Chris Rock? So I look it up. So I go to the laundromat on Friday, and I call it the Breakfast Club, and it's in Quick, Colorado. And we go every Friday. Randy, I do most of mine over here in the trailer. We have a bathroom. We don't have a shower, so I call it. He calls it a bird bath. I call it a bitch bath or a sponge bath. I'm sorry, but I got a little potty mouth that I'm working on, especially when I'm doing something like this. So anyway, back up to the mountains. We get back home on that trip, and we probably went 300 miles. I thought we were going to have to spend somewhere. Every once in a while, we'll go out, we'll get stuck, we'll have to get a motel room. Oh, that belly button's sticking out. I go around telling everybody, "Hey, look at my belly button. I'm pregnant." I was over. One-eyed Willie, hemorrhoids, and a baby. What do they all have in common? Same daddy. What comes after three? Welfare. Oh my God. I was in I was in California. I know. I was over in Colorado. There's this foreigner couple in there, and they're looking at me. And one of my favorite stories is, "Daddy told me not to talk to strangers," and then this happened, right? But okay. Oh, you already seen it. I've been walking up down so you can see my belly. I went into the court because I thought my quit deed was supposed to be there Saturday or Friday. It didn't show up. It should show up tomorrow or today. And I walk into court. I look at him and go, you know, I, I grew up in San Diego. When I came out here, and I moved to a little old town called Moffat. 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 You know, I'm full fat, but I'm full fat because I'm not for fat. I'm full fat because I'm pregnant. And the lady up there she had long black hair and everything. It was really pretty. She looked at me. She just started laughing. I said that in the police station. They all started busting up. Now, there's another time they were picking on me because, back then I was looking a little bit different. and, and they didn't realize I was pregnant. And color girls were picking on me. And she goes, you know, I actually started talking to them. And they came back and they were laughing. They go, next time wear a rubber. I said, next time I'm going to swallow it. I said it really loud. I mean, she said it loud. I said it louder. And there's like 30 people in Walmart. And they were all just laughing because everybody was like, what the hell are you? Don't have kids. So anyway, um, her their boyfriends were coming out over there, and they were just looking at me, just staring at me. I think there's another cat out. No, I think all the cats were in. The coons come around and we feed them. I don't have any more food to give. I think they have a bowl out there anyway. Unless they ate it all already. Well, anyway, we'll see how this thing works. I just wanted to sing this. I just wanted to sing it live just to see how it was. I wasn't going to this, but it's already 4:44. Boy, yeah, I had open heart surgery when I was 2. I was 5 years old. My dad took me down there in a limo. Him and Jim Command. Um, I got in there. I said, "What am I doing down here? Why are you here? Why are you taking me here? Are you going to drop me off here and leave me?" And I was upset. And Dad said, "No, I wouldn't do that to you. There's a doctor over here that could help you." Now, my doctor's name was Leech Hitler. We got to be pretty good friends. I mean, he really did make it easier on me. I was in pain when I had my operation. I was wheezing. I was, and then Dad asked the doctor what's wrong with me. They said that I hurt so bad that I couldn't cry. So I got a little bit better. I have allergies, but I don't get sick. I haven't been sick in probably 50 years. McDonald's over there in California when I was a worker, about 15, 16. Um, let's go back over to Bruce Lee's place. I was 11. This is a funny story. And I went down to Bruce's place by myself one time. Now, the caves of San Diego are really, really beautiful. I can see who that is. There's an animal out there. I think it's trying to get in. Or it's looking for food. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. It was a cool. So, anyway, I go down to Bruce's place. I got lost. I started to hike down towards the, the one side where the open area was. And I got scared. I walked a little way down there. And I saw all the water around and everything. I did not know which direction to go because some of it was like that, some of it was like this. And you know how they are inside caves. First of all, it's about a 40 to 50 foot high cave, and it's pretty far open. And we made buildings inside and everything else. Is that the same food? I don't want to throw a can of food out because that's going to make it a little more impressive. Yeah, I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of other people feeding them too. So anyway, I was 11, and I go down to Bruce's place. I got lost, so I started crying. It was dark. It was morning. It was dark in the cave. We had lights on and stuff. I didn't make it that far. Dad came out, Bruce came out, Jim came out, and somebody else and a couple other people came out. They were all part of their team. And Dad said, "Well, it's a good thing you didn't go that way because if you would have, never, we would have never found you. We don't patrol it because we don't think anybody can come in because we can't get out." So he said, "And there's a light switch up here. They all have flashlights. There's a light switch up here that turns on." "You mean there's lights in here?" "Yeah, but you can't reach them." So he turns off the light again. I turned around, I leaped up, and snapped the light up, and said I could get him. Bruce was smiling. I was light. I was more, what, 30, 40, 50 pounds, 60 pounds. I was a skinny little runt. Well, anyway, Bruce was a lot of fun. I remember going in there talking and back to Leech Hitler. He told me, he goes, "I never tell anybody my full name. I just tell them my name's Leech. The people down here know that, you know, I don't know." So anyway, he was pretty cool. Now, he retired and I got better and he put me in with a doctor in California over there. My mom was, I don't know, she was mean to me sometimes. She'd spank me, beat up on me, and pull me out of school, say I was sick, all kinds of other stuff. I don't know what her problem was. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Then I got older, she quit doing it, and she started teaching me to sing. I had a piano teacher, and my piano teacher said I had a lot of talent. And about 13, 14 years old, Leslie went to a concert. I said, Leslie, you stink. Mom slapped me, broke my nose in church. Nobody said anything at all about it. And I looked at my mom, I said, so stinking is not a good thing? Because who taught you that? You stink, and I get whooped. Dad beat the crap out of me one time. And we used to be pretty good friends, about 9 years old. Uh, we had bicycles in the back of the thing. So Leslie told me to go get them, and I did. I told her she told me to, and he called me a liar. We had some cookies up in the cabinet up there. Here I am, 5 years old. I was about 8, I think I was 8 years old at that time. Leslie goes up, we eat the crackers. I had a couple of them. She ate most of them. And she said, I ate the crackers. So Uncle Wayne was a Portland, Oregon police officer. He come over one time with a lie detector test. And he gave it to me. It went, yeah, okay, whatever. Got a couple little beeps out of it because I didn't know where I was. Or I hiked to school one time. My ride didn't get there, so I hiked anyway. And I lied about it. I got caught in the lie detector. That was it. Now, the coons again. Leslie went on the lie detector, and that thing just went nuts. And he was sitting there, and Mom looks at me and goes, you made it, did that. I know you made it. Somehow you made it do that. I looked at her. I started crying, and Uncle Wayne just stared at me. He did not know what to say. He was dumbfounded. He just stared. So I go to Illinois. Man, I was a teenager, 17, 18. I was there 3 weeks. I finally came home. Dad wanted me to stay because he knew what his mom was doing, but he didn't do anything about it. So they send me home. I get on a plane and I go home. I end up getting home. Dad said, what's the difference between Illinois and California? I said, well, in Illinois, in California, at least my cousins aren't hitting on me. I mean, everybody in the world hit on me. I had a baby when I was young. I think I was 12. I might have been a little bit older. I don't know. And the guy that I was with was babysitting for me. I'm not going to mention names. Don't need to. And I was sitting there one day, staring at the floor where my baby used to sit. And we play and everything else, and I feed it. I'm just sitting there going, why did they do that to me? Well, at first it went to my sister. And I'd come home after my friend got home. And he'd take me home and he'd go to bed at his house and go to bed at my house. Sometimes he'd stay over at his place. And Anyway, the kid went someplace else. So I think my boyfriend had another girlfriend. He was a few years older, but he wasn't too much older. And I didn't date after that. After I married a girl, her name was Candy. Now, one of my friends said Candy's dandy, but sex is better. No, Candy wasn't dandy. She just was staying sober long enough to find somebody. 8 years I spent with her. I don't know how much time I spent with Diana. Maybe anywhere between 8 to 12 years. I got the privilege of talking to her. She said I will always be her Steve. Stevie is what they used to call me. And uh, that's why I'm upset. I want to go to Illinois. Not Illinois, but I want to go to England. But I don't want to get stuck there. My daughter's king.